Greetings, everyone. This is me again, Zara Berserk. Come back to remind you that you should leave Islam. Just also here, be safe, be good. Oh, even if we're not good, we can be bad people, but Islam is not a good religion, anyways. I mean, there's evil everywhere in this world. Yes, brutality, evil, suffering. But Islam is not the religion that will save us from this sufferance, evil in the world. Um, so, better to leave this religion. If I can see myself live here, I don't see myself live on my other tab, just waiting for myself to come live. So maybe I've become a shadow, or some Muslims have complained against me. I'm getting quite famous here. Oh, so I don't see myself live. And I'll be repeating myself because, I have neurosis. Oh, I see, it's working, it's working. I see myself live here. Oh, I became neurotic. That I don't see myself live repeating myself. Oh, yeah, I see myself live. This one of a kind. I want to save you, Muslims, although a monster myself. But I was a Shia monster also. So then my harmless Muslim friend started to taunt me about me. I was the eldest, so uh, I was quite brutal with my siblings. I pray to God, pray to God, pray to God. Make me a good person and all this. And, well, I got it from all sides also. Evil, I feel I'm a covert narcissist. So in some ways, I'm very selfish. Like yesterday, I just had to go out and shop, shop, shop. And, in my budget, thanks to Abu Dhabi's putting food on my table. But how ungrateful am I? I cannot tell you. On one hand, and feeling really bad that I'm doing this against Islam. And another thing was Salahuddin came here the last time and mentioned Yusuf Den, a Britisher who has become converting people. Not only has he become a Muslim, or what, he's a British Muslim, and he's converting people into making them Muslims, converting them into Islam, Muslims. So I looked at that, and there's some Qatar thing. So I said, oh my God, Qatar is helping him, or what? Where is he? Is he in Qatar? No. So he has all the backing, while you see, this is what Salahuddin said, that there are many followers of his. And look at me, I have no backing. And I just have this one Muslim coming here, brother, whom I can't even help. 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours won't help. Every day, like, for me, like 2 hours is like, let's say, 8 hours. And then I'm knackered, totally exhausted. Can't do anything else. The clothes piling up, so I can't. And Luto, so yesterday, well, I recently heard the Ismaili, Portugal and Ismaili Center, 2 women killed and 1 injured. And so wondering also about that, but I had to go out. Selfishness. So I can't be like Mother Teresa or anything. I thought I would be bedridden, but when money is calling my name, shopping mall is calling my name, and all this. I had to get a bit of a change. That's so terrible of me. So just, and there are people who I know, right, they wouldn't spare me, make me feel guilty as ever that I'm such a covert narcissist and you are such a harmless creature. And she turned out to be a Muslim, a non-Shia. What a harmless creature she is. She's never harmed an ant. She's never harmed anyone. She's so harmless. My friend, Miss, Well, while I was wondering, maybe yeah, I mean my friend can be better than me. I mean, we never. Yes, yes, harmless. No, no, I'm very bad. So, anyways, let's put our bad and good deeds aside now, and let's see if. So, I've been feeling guilty all my life, like this, most of my life. Made to feel guilty, and so covert narcissist trait is that you get angry at God or someone else. If I had a Catholic teacher that's so angry at God, like, well, she was like Imam Ali, very strict with me. So, you know what I mean, or am I talking to myself? Now we go to the Surah Hasharat. I've had enough of this Islam and all this. Okay, so I was really scared. I was messaging my brothers that no, no, I cannot take a taxi here. Two women, I was very shaken. Like helped. One of them was teaching this Afghani man. I don't know whether he's a Ismaili, who the Ismailis wanted to help reach out to, or he's a non-Ismaili, but still a refugee. He was. His wife died in Greece. So I was so shaken, and I really don't want to be stabbed by a Muslim, you know. So, right, I don't want to die right now. Still stuff. Yes, yes, but there are times when I'm suicidal, but there are times when the money comes and, lutify. लूटे कोई मन का डगर लूटे कोई अबू धाबी को बन के उनका साथी. This is from the Indian movies song. You might not appreciate it. Well, my mother. My mother used to be on the swing listening to songs. In the old house, it was really wonderful, and so that's how I also remembered all the songs. When she used to pray in London, when we were living in London, she was crying a lot in the afternoon prayers. Zohar, Asr, as Shias, we do it together. We get criticized by the Sunnis about this. So I told her, please, Amma, stop this. Just stop the praying namaz, obligatory. And I was young, so I didn't know much. So every time I had to go down and get water for her in the afternoon, and she's crying, she's having a breakdown on the prayer mat. And, I was feeling so much for her. And then with the water, I would, oh yeah, I hope the Muslims don't criticize me on this. I learned Nade Ali when I was 2.5 years old. My mother put me in this Iranian school in Karachi, Shia school. So I used to recite Nade Ali and blow it. Yeah, we don't spit. We don't spit in our food or in our. It's just blowing with air. Our blow, dam karna. So it's not spitting. If there's some spit comes out, though, some saliva, not like that. So I used to blow in the glass that I used to take for my mother. And we had a kitchen downstairs, so I had to go downstairs and then go upstairs. It's a very big work, I didn't want it. I was so selfish. I wanted to play cricket. My mother had all the money, to get from my father. And she would give me all this money, yet she saved some from my spending that my father used to give for me. And, every day I used to go to, no, not every day, but I sometimes go to Toys, Woolworth on Finchley Road, W.H. Smith. Take my brother along and all this. So we had all the money in the world. Anyways, what was the thing? Yeah, I was very spoiled, right, by my mother. But she managed to save from my spendings and she gave it back to me much. Like she said, she had bought land with this money, with her savings and my savings. And when she sold that land in Karachi, she gave me money. Oh, so my mother was a UAE Pakistan because she got a passport from marrying my father. Okay, But still a Pakistani, like we had IDs and all kept, so she could buy land in Pakistan. Anyways, all this. So then, that's my mother. I've lost. So we both went into dementia, and let's see now. So having dementia and not being able to explain properly, having problems with words and also in childhood, bad in language, and being for 3 years, my mother said my father kept saying 2.5 years in London. Anyways, whatever it was, but my father was not even there for maybe he thinks it's 2.5 years. Okay, no, my mother's always right about the sum. In maths, my mother was really good. So expenditure, taking care. I think we were there for 3 years in London. And what was the? See, now I keep forgetting. So that's why I have to come here again and again, reconfirm that and show you whatever make a fool out of me and all this. Nevertheless, hope you give me a chance and see this. So I just left Apostate Prophet, the genius with Dr. David Wood. I think Rizwan is also now by now a doctor in his own right. Apostate Prophet. I had to leave, and I said I'm inspired. And we are praying for Salahuddin, brother Salahuddin. Kelly Marcus, thank you. So she was there, and it's like what will save Muhammad hijab from Islam, So Kelly Marcus said that prayers are going to save. They're live now. I think, are they still live on YouTube here? Yeah, I think they're still live. Muslim scholar admits the Quran is dangerous. It's on Apostate Prophets channel. Dr. David Wood has come. Not that I agree to everything. I was telling them, no, but Islam, like Salahuddin brought to my attention, to be kind to women, commands men to be kind to women. There's a hadith. Oh, there's an ayat. Not a hadith, sorry. In the Quran, but the wife beating thing I don't understand. And I didn't want to trouble them much. And also Apostate Prophet did bring out this and try to clarify the ayat, the wife beating, but then, no, not, sorry, the age in which a woman, Muslim girl can get married. So he brought out Surah Nisa at 6 against the divorce, Surah Divorce, Talaq ayat. But that's about orphans, and unanimously, like Muslim scholars agree, but here I don't know why they escaped this. I try to understand this because I'm low in comprehension. They are geniuses. They get it like this. All right. So I didn't want to trouble Apostate Prophet. I've put on videos against him. So I didn't want to trouble him to explain further about this. Is this an order or what? Anyways, you see, where I am at, I cannot trust even my Shia religious scholars. So I have to bit by bit here and there search for the truth and myself also do research. Now you say Allah is great, and it's been a really terrible journey, life journey of mine. So I have very few followers. I can't even give those. Man is ungrateful. So thank you is not enough, really, because being here, living in my father's country, I still miss Karachi. How ungrateful. The grass is always green on the other side. I miss that feeling of something in Karachi. We once attached to Karachi. Oh God, whatever we took, but we would not want to leave Karachi and even go back to London. This is our. So we have these problems. Uh, lawlessness in Karachi, no matter how you drive, this, that. God, you feel so free. Here I'm a bit scared, although there's peace and all this. See how ungrateful I am. I will be criticizing the UAE shamelessly. So on one hand, it's like honesty. At least is here, and there's peace and security is here. Although some human traffickers get away, um, and I've heard some horrifying stories on YouTube videos and all this. I'm not sure how true they are, and I wish I cannot verify them. But there are some cards here on the floor, ground. We can see outside. There's still human trafficking. Although prostitution is illegal in the UAE, some they give a blind eye to this. Some police officers and some Asians have managed to deceive their own people, bring them here, and force them somehow, manipulate the way, maneuver into prostitution. A very, very sad case. I've heard stories like that, but unfortunately, my health and has not made me verify these things. I go out on the field, get a card, and go to a prostitute, tell her that I'm a lesbian or something. Yeah. And then what is your problem? Try to save the prostitutes here. But money talks, and you never know. There's a a person like what happens? Oh, so I've started with my personal thing. Money talks. And without money, life, secular system has given us this. So see, in London also, the grass is always greener on the other side. But we used to feel safe and all that. But Pakistan, Allah, Karachi, my home, this, missing my home. All this was happening to me, and I couldn't decide. So how ungrateful I am. Now we come to, so the Quran it says that man is ungrateful. And I don't know where because Vishwanath's, Paramahamsa Vishwananda, if I may mention him also here. In his short video, I think he said man's nature, by nature, human beings are ungrateful. So who to blame? Here we have a great God, one God. Nothing compares to him. No symbols, no signs sent down. But we can only honor them, meaning aren't we worshipping God by obeying his commands? This is a part of worship, when you honor the animals for sacrificing, for pilgrimage. Honor the animals. So this honor that we give to the animals, sacrificial animals, Quran. Okay, I won't put it properly, just to save time. I don't know why people cannot see through it. So whatever reason is left in me, O believers, honor your obligations. All grazing livestock has been made lawful to you. This is a reminder. To Surah Hajj, everything in the heavens, to the sun, God. submits to God. I just submit. The moon, sun, the stars, how ungrateful. So I was going to that ayat anyways, this is where I get derailed like this. Surah Hajj ayat 18. Do you not see, i.e. know that to Allah prostrates whoever's in the heavens and whoever's on the earth, and the sun and the moon, the stars, the mountains, the trees, the moving creatures, and many of the people. Something like this, I've written a poem for my principal. Let me just show you here. Oh, so my leisures, my pleasures. So it's going to take some time here. My leisures, my pleasures. I have to go to my page. Muslims, if you want to kill me or something, stab me to death. We had a very how ungrateful is. So, in the Islamic Center, Portuguese man, no, Afghani man, sorry, I killed this. I'm trying to look, I can't do, problem is I can't do multitasking here. As they call it, where are the albums for my pleasures? No, I think I should search it like this. My leisures, my pleasures. But my principle has turned out to be another. We Muslims, oh no, not all Muslims. You're very good Muslims. But my principal and I, we seem to be covert narcissists. She's 90 years old. She's going to be 91. My leisures, my pleasures meant nothing until you came in my life. You, only you. I remember writing this in the St. Joseph's College library, 18 January 1992. So when I was in Karachi, my diary was there. I had recorded this in my diary and wrote this poem in the library of St. Joseph's College, the greatest in Karachi. Because of my covert narcissist principle, the woods and forests, the mountains and valleys, the lakes and streams, the oceans and the seas make me believe in the beauty of this world, but all this would just be nothing if the sun didn't shine upon them. My life and existence, my success and fame, my achievements and knowledge, my leisures and pleasures. All this did not fill my soul till I saw the gesture, beauty of your smile. Tabassum. In Urdu, in our language, tabassum means a smile. So the gesture, beauty of your smile, and the breeze, Naseem, the soft breeze, fresh breeze of love. Naseem means love. Sorry. Naseem means the soft breeze. Why is my tongue slipping so much? Because dementia, I think, which awakened my soul. Here she is, the angel of my paradise. Okay, before this. No, that's another poem I wrote for my principal. It says, Munira Gulzar the Great. She was so strong. I couldn't even move her little finger when I tried to open her hand. It was like so hard, At 62 years old, like what a woman, I tell you. I was in sports. What happened to me? I'm playing tennis, and the tennis coach is saying you should have been a champion. We watched Wimbledon when we were in London, living there, also going there for vacations. Oh, champion. UAE's name would have gone up. But trained in Karachi and lived in Karachi. No, and also, in London also, yeah. on the streets of London. We made our own wickets and field and things, you know. Tennis, oh God, playing all this. The neighbors gave up complaining against me. Playing there with the rackets, ball, this, that, Prince. My mother gave me £50 that time, you know, to buy a Prince racket. So cash. I went alone with my brother. Sports shop on Finchley Road. Do you not see that to Allah prostrates whoever's in the heavens? Oh, how I wish I was rich, you know. I could have visited Karachi for some time, a week. Oh, lived in some high Sheraton, you know, clean. I love cleanliness. So money is, no, wait, first health. Yeah, yes, that's true. Money is, and you need a mind of business. My father was a great businessman. So, is on the earth, and so, but upon many the punishment has been justified. Why? And he whom Allah humiliates, for him there is no bestower of honor. Indeed, Allah does what he wills, and therefore decreed. So you see, here also I have a problem. Yeah. Now, you know, oh God, say, Allah, why? Because God is just. No. As a Shia, I didn't have a problem with, but upon many, the punishment has been justified. But now put yourself in my shoes, right? I'm an apostate. According to Islam, I am deserving of a punishment as an apostate, ex-Muslim. So maybe, you know, maybe if you're not a covert narcissist, just put yourself in my shoes, right? How would you feel? So there may be fringe people, fringe element. You know, like on the side, there are people Muslims who say, no punishment for you, Zaharati, no punishment for you. What's this going on? Oh, I have to charge. Put the button on. नीचे पान की दुकान ऊपर गोरी का मकान साजन घूर घूर के देखे अरे बाबा कार चल रही है Indian movie. Is this Silsila? Yeah, I think it's from Silsila, right? So I put the charger on but didn't, you know, the button was off, charger, the main socket button. So, and I think I need to, is this the one or is this one? I'm practically living in the dark. I don't want to see any dust that I cannot clean. My house is in a mess. Oh God. Oh no. Okay, sometimes, do you see this? Sometimes I didn't even touch the volume, and the volume goes on, so you would lose my voice here on live stream. Let's see for how long. Is this okay now? So, okay. Now, because I was singing that song from Silsila movie, I had to leave from this ayat. So that's okay. You would say this Allah can do. But now, really seriously going now to something that Allah has done. Man is ungrateful. Like in Hasharites, man casting terror, man is ungrateful. So if Salahuddin comes here, I can tell him that I did a hero job there in apostate prophet, and as let's be fair to the Muslims, because what Salahuddin gave me reminded me, thank you Salahuddin, but we are praying for you that you become, because logic has failed certain. Yes, in certain ways you're right about the command of men to men. Ooh, the command to men by Allah to be kind to women. That ayat is there, and I gave it. I said, no, no, you people, look, no, no, there's a command there. If you talk about wife beating and all this, Salahuddin the Great has given us from the Quran that men are supposed to be kind. It's a command, right, of Allah. So this man is ungrateful. So how can you? Surah Hajj ayat 66 again we come to. And he is the one who gave you life, then he causes you to die, and then will again give you life. Indeed, mankind is ungrateful. Let's find a meaningful, where we can really use logic, meaningful verse. Let me see, I can't remember the verse here. What does Ibrahim say? I'm not prepared for this. And he gave you from all you asked of him. Oh, this is a meaningful verse. And if you should count the favor of Allah, you could not enumerate them. We used to have this Oprah Winfrey show. Oprah would say, count your blessings and all this. We had, the dish, when we had the dish, and I was in Karachi, in my big house. You could not enumerate them. Indeed, mankind is generally most unjust and ungrateful. This is a meaningful verse, because we can logic with this now. You see what Shaitan tells Allah, that man is ungrateful. Now, I wanted to actually make this my topic would have been all monotheistic religions. God doesn't exist. No, something like this. God, they believe in this God, God, God. God. This is what Jiddu Krishnamurti said. God is such a loaded word. Like love and God. All monotheistic religions. You see, in my weakness, I saw that, people suffering there. Someone is killed. We have an imam. And this imam doesn't know that this guy is going to stab the people. It's shocking. When Imam, Smiley Imam, he's a really great man. But although what Salim Lalani says against him, I don't think he deserves, His Highness deserves all the criticism, heavy criticism that his forefathers have. I think, because they married they married Christians, foreigners, they somehow became level-headed and came out of this Shias. I hope I'm not getting my Ismaili Imam into trouble. So, Salim Lalani says things against him like they've taken lots of money, but they have to, to help each and every person has that. You see, now I feel so guilty. But Imam, if I was an Ismaili, I would have to give dosand, and however you may pronounce it, dosand. And all this, the Jews do tithing, it's called, and it's the amount they give in tithing is much more than zakat, or I don't know, but anyways, all religions have this tithing. So maybe Christianity will, like, if you go to church, you give something, but they don't have a fixed amount. Maybe Christianity doesn't have a fixed amount. You can give what you, what you can afford to give. But Jews have tithing, and He gave you from all yours. So here we have this verse, and Shaitan also tells Allah that you will find, and this was 34 verse of, sorry I didn't, I think 34 verse of Surah Ibrahim. Then Shaitan tells Allah, Shaitan says, you will find men ungrateful. Most of them ungrateful, right? Like that. So since I forgot most of them, doesn't matter for my search. Allah said, get out of paradise, your followers all. I think Surah Araf verses, so doing He would expose how ungrateful, thankless, and disloyal a creature man is. So to save the human beings from this, what Shaitan himself says to Allah, I can't find that ayat, you see? And Satan does not leave man until he becomes a denier or an ungrateful disbeliever. Oh, we have in Surah Yasin, verses 62. I'll have to go. Oh, this is my Shia site. Ooh, Sayyid Abdul Hussein Dast Ghaib Shirazi. That's like my father's name, Abdul Hussein. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. Let me just, okay. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, did I not charge you, O children of Adam, that you should not serve the Shaitan? Surely he is your open enemy, and that you should serve me. This is the right way, and certainly he led astray numerous people from among you. What? Oh, if I said this to her, Mr. Saj, she would say, what, in school. What? What, Mr. Oh, what, Mr. Saj? Oh, no, you lied. Excuse me. So, what? Could you not then understand? This is the hell which you were threatened. No, where does Shaitan, how to avoid the unknown enemy? And take him as a foe. Surah Yasin, take Shaitan as your open, mubin enemy. Is Satan male or female? Interesting. So he replies, Satan does have children, wives, and that you should serve me, this the right. Oh yeah, I want to see this. I can't find that. Sorry, excuse me. No, Satan says you will find most. Let's see if I can find it like this. Most men ungrateful. That ayat. Initial creation. Okay, I can't find it. But there is a ayat in my previous live stream I came. Now, what is the reason for you not to leave Islam? That we have to pray for you, people. Right? Or, okay, desperate, yeah, desperate. Whether God exists or not, maybe the universe can take the prayer. Because you see, this religion is very, very, it not only is it a killing and threats received by those Ahl Kitab at that time, you may say, read that ayat in context. Let's go with you people. Read that ayat in context. And also find out through the Bible if Muhammad, the word prophet, and all this, or I would say, why do you want to trust in this Quran? First, let's not trust it. Let's take it as a book, and we're not Muslims, and see whether Muhammad, because there was a Mustafa, Jawariya's husband, from the Bani Nadir tribe, there was also a Mustafa. So Mustafa means chosen, the chosen one, the best. I think the best in the chosen one, Mustafa, because Muhammad the Mustafa was given that title, Prophet Muhammad. So not only the best, the chosen ones, like are all messengers called Mustafa? Not that I know of, but you can do your research on that. So before becoming a Muslim, you put yourself, the Quran, under scrutiny, you know, testing, because it's come from one side, and there are also because since in the David ayat about Hazrat Dawood, when one brother came and he decided on just that one brother's opinion, or what do you call statement, and gave the decision as a judge, he then repented. He then repented. So when it's Muhammad, like Muhammad, for example, like layman's way I'm going with you, Muhammad, like, Muhammad and Huway, Huway, because he didn't allow, you can see from the Quran, Surah Hashar, those who oppose the Prophet, Allah and the Prophet, they were opposing them. So Allah cast terror into their hearts, and they were opposing them. Maybe you would say, oh, they were really opposing them, but you need to know how exactly, because houses were broken down. Allah cast terror into their hearts, so went mad, breaking houses of the Yathrib Muslims. Yathrib, these people of Bani Qurayza, and if you say it's a tribal war, it was because of tribe. So, anyways, let's just first, if you want to read it in context, like what war was this? So you'll have to, before jumping to conclusions that it was a tribal thing Muhammad had with them, then leave the Medina. He's not born in Medina, and there's a ayat in the Quran. When the angels come to take the souls, what do they say? What did you do on earth? So you see, all these things didn't make sense to me. Reading through tafsirs also of Sunnis, not only Shias. So I wonder how you do your research and how you've done your research. You've done your research, you looked at Imam Hussein, perhaps. But come to Prophet Muhammad, come to the Quran first. And take this book first, not as a Shia or a Sunni or a Muslim, but as a scientist. Because this is what the Surah Nisa says. Which one is it? To the believers it says. Don't you contemplate, reflect upon the Quran ayats? Each one of us has this duty. So please, instead of jumping to conclusions that what this and that context, and one should start like this. Nothing. Start with nothing. Empty yourselves. Because then we have this Ibn Huway, Huye. Okay, I maybe it is. You know what Hai means, and in between the Hai, Huye, it's Hai means ever living God, life. Hai, Ya Hayyo, Ya Hayyo, Ya Qayyum, Ya Hay, ever living or living God. And then comes Huwei. And there was Mustafa. Let me show you. Jawarias. So this is how this is how I did my research. Jawaria. Jawaria Ibn, what's her name? Aharith. Fathers. Mustafa is not original. Another shock came to me, right? When I was like, her husband, wasn't he Mustafa? His name? Whose husband was Mustafa? Let me see. Where's the husband's name? Mustafa ibn Safwan, 6 to 7, killed in the battle against Muslims. You see this Mustafa? Oh, that's not only like a chosen title from Allah to Prophet Muhammad. Oh, and Mustafa means the chosen one. And you know how we say Mustafa, Muhammad Mustafa? Stressing on that Mustafa, Muhammad al-Mustafa. That's his title. So I find this and shocked. कलमा को ये तो पता हम तेरी क्या बात to Shias too. This Noha, Shabab al-Mu'mineen's Noha. So for you, it may be, but I had to do a deeper, different kind of a research. And thanks to this Google search and all this, I cannot tell you how grateful I am. And to those helping me, putting food on my table. And it's really nice. At least if you are rich, if you have a car, you go supermarket. Yeah, it's like London. Weather was good, felt like London. But I could only go out for a little while. Early morning, the weather is good. Need to have get some sun. Oh yes, I think I should now go out. Oh, so I'm really scared if. But I went out. Oh yeah. So I apologize. Yes, for the two women stabbed in Portugal. Oh, I started dancing here that night. I got this that. Don't because you see we're so fearful. We shouldn't be saying anything. We don't know which mad person will get up, even a Shia, and start shooting. There was a Shia in Mehfile Khurasan one time outside Mehfile Khurasan on that road. What is it called? That road? I've forgotten the name of that road. You see, there were my grandfather and his brother-in-law. They decided to have this kanj damam, matam. right? It's a very somber way, very respectful way. We beat the drum and we got the, what do you call the kanjas in English? Percussion. I've forgotten now when I was in Karachi American School. This. So the percussions we use for Hazrat Abbas's night in Karadar. So anyhow, we took so they had, or they introduced this in Karadar. My grandfather, I was told, my mother's father, and his Iranian origin brother-in-law. So recently, the Mehfil Khorasan people asked us, the Armen, Khoja, and all, to come to Mehfil Khorasan in Karachi for some Muharram night, Hazrat Abbas's night, and do this, play it there, beating of the drums. It's like the drums, it's like a starting of war. But that's from, that's from, you would say that's from the Kafir side. Even they didn't do this. Yazid didn't do this. They were praying. They were Qatar Sunnis, like, Qatar Sunni like. So there was a Shia who took out a gun there. He wasn't. And my aunt was there. Like, my aunt came back. I was in the car and I said, what happened? Why didn't they start the damam? She said the Shia took out a gun and said, I'm going to shoot. I said, no, don't. And I mean, do you think he's going? She said, no, Zahra. He was serious. He took out a gun and he said, I'm going to shoot you people. Like, not up in the air, as objecting to this playing of the drums and the percussions. And I'm scared. Percussions. Yeah, it's like the hand one. Yeah, it's like this. No copyright infringement intended. Percussions, yeah. The hand one. So yeah, very, very scared of an Asian man I encounter alone in the lift. Maybe I'll be stabbed, I don't know. So, guess what I saw? In one lift, I'm deluded. I saw His Highness Sheikh Khalifa, late, his image on the lift door. So the man was with me in the lift, so I couldn't take my, what is she doing? Take my mobile camera out. And yes, so it's very scary. The thing is, I'm so, I was so brave at one time. Anyway, so my aunt said, no, he was the Shia guy, gentleman, was going to shoot. He said he's going to shoot. No police came, nothing, to take him away. We didn't call the police. No one called the police against him. Because, we're Shias and he's a Shia too. He took the law in his hand. So then I realized who to blame now. I mean, there is no one mad Shia. So you see, this problem. One mad Shia. And maybe one mad, this Afghani guy who killed. Now I can talk about this a little bit. Two women killed. So I think I've become a covert narcissist. I can't take this. Two killed, Portugal. Two women stabbed to death at Lisbon's Islamic Center, Ismaili Center. See this? We're not sure who this Afghani refugee was. So I thought, my mind runs wild. Like maybe he didn't like, but this is not the thing for, no reason for doing this. He's suffering, and then he sees some really great Ismailis, very rich, enjoying their lives, and he's been an Ismaili in Afghanistan, and then he had to leave Afghanistan. So out of that feeling jealousy, emotional insecurity, those even helping him, he couldn't see it. He couldn't see the women, good women helping. May have reminded him of his wife who died in a fire tragedy in Greece. So we don't know what really happened. Or it could be, in my opinion, that you see, he couldn't take it. And in Portugal, he had to go and do this. So now what? Now the Portuguese Smileys, apprehensive. This has never happened in Lisbon, like people being stabbed, murder cases in Lisbon. She may have seen what a peaceful country Portugal is, and that could have disturbed him even more. So to break the Ismailis' morale and everything that they have built themselves up to, have this in Portugal, an Islamic center given to them. And Imam, not this, but that, Imam His Highness Aga Khan, Portugal has given him, what has given him Portugal? What have we here? To break this also. So no matter what good jealousy or something behind it, criminal act. I'm not saying it's a terrorist act, and neither are the police saying. Police have not given us much information on this. The Portuguese president or vice president made home for the Imamat of Aga Khan. Portugal is the new home. I mean, how bad we are, on top of this, like, how bad do we feel so guilty? And not only, like, yeah, that's a big thing, two women being stabbed to death. I don't know what the family must be going through. Something happens to, God forbid, my brothers, or I would not be able to get up. For how many days I cannot say. Or maybe I'll be able to get up to just make tea. But my nights, days would be hell. Even though I was a Shia, so I'm not saying anything undermining the death stabbing, but in Portugal this doesn't happen. It's a very peaceful country, country. And so this happening, another factor is the guilt factor, that, oh my God, responsibility comes in. That, in this very peaceful country, the president or vice president of Portugal invite, invited His Highness Aga Khan, and it appears that Portugal is now not only the other country which has given Imam France, or that this is the home for Aga Khan community. Canada, or but this get golden visa. So to be frank, all that guilt also, it's like terrible, terrible. Not only the death of two killed and stabbed, one stabbed, women. Oh, the one stabbed, I don't know whether it's a male or a woman. Another woman also stabbed. So, oh my God, it was like all this thing. Oh. Feeling not only grieved, but also immensely guilty. Responsibility. What a terrible thing. And then feeling that there's no God. How could God do this? Allow this to happen? So I'll come to Allahu Akbar and all that later. I just need a break. See, I cannot. The guilt. I feel sick. Sorry, I need a break. Thank you.